morning. It's Linda from Homestead by the Lake. So guess what we're making today? We are making farm fresh strawberry jam, and we are going to make it the old-fashioned way. We are not going to use any pectin, and we're going to water bath can it. Morning. I am still drinking my coffee. I have not had enough sleep. Well, I've had enough sleep. I'm just not awake. So let's get started. First let me get some of my lemon water to start my day. So we're gonna make strawberry jam the old-fashioned way. We're not gonna use any pectin. It's a nice, easy recipe. And if you have not made jam yet, try this recipe. Super simple. It's just your fruit and sugar. Cook it up and you have some beautiful jam. So let's get started. So to get started, you need your strawberries, which have been sitting in the fridge overnight. These are farm fresh strawberries from the farm down the road. They're so good. So what I need to do is take a pan and crush them. What I need is 2 quarts of crushed strawberries. 2 quarts of crushed strawberries is 8 cups. So hopefully we have enough. If we don't have enough, we're gonna have to run to the farm. Okay, let me bring you a little closer. We're gonna start crushing our strawberries. And actually, I should get a different pot, a different pan. Let me get a glass one, hang on. All right, I'm going to leave all the juice in the pan that I can until the very end. Let's see how easy these crush. I'm going to use my potato masher. If it doesn't work well, oh, it is. Then you can always use your immersion blender. And this is where you can customize your strawberry jam. So if you like big chunks, or if you don't like chunks at all, this is where you can crush it up smaller or not as much. You have an option of how you want to do your jam. So we're just going to crush that up, throw that in our big, I love this thing. I got this probably 30 years ago, Pampered Chef. Love it. It's great for everything. I use it for everything. Making pancakes, it's wonderful. There is such a nice syrup in these strawberries because what I do is, as soon as I get them, I wash them, take the stems off, and then they go in the freezer right away. Only if I don't have time to do it at that time, then they go in the freezer. So that's why these have so much juice, because they've been frozen. The other, well, it's been a little bit. I did raspberry jam, and then I also did a blackberry jam. Oh, the same way with no pectin. Oh, it came out so good. So good. Wow, I'm hoping I have enough berries to make 2 batches. That would be fantastic. Oh, let me get the commercial.
Tackles tough messes like these in seconds. Just spray it on, then rinse away built-up grime.
Look at this. We are almost to 6 cups. So as I'm doing this, I'm thinking about what am I going to do with my strawberry juice? I don't know yet. I'm not sure. We could make some strawberry lemonade. Ooh, strawberry lemonade. What do you think? Smells amazing. I wish you could smell it. You know, and the best thing about making your own jam is you're using the fruit that you want to use, right? So your fruit can be organic, can be frozen, you know, but you decide what strawberries you're going to use. And it makes it so much better for you, right? All right, we are definitely not going to have enough berries to do 2 batches, but that's okay. That just means I have to go to the farm and get more strawberries. They have blueberries and they have blackberries ready. I have tons of blueberries in the freezer, so I'm good on blueberries. I don't have to buy any this year. We are almost there. So this recipe and instructions is from the Ball Book of Canning. And if you're making your jam and you don't want a water bath can it, you don't have to. You can put it right in your fridge. You can make a smaller batch, cut it in half, make a smaller batch and put it right in your fridge. I'm at 8 cups. So what I need is 8 cups of crushed berries. And I need, let me double check before I say the wrong amount, and 6 cups of sugar. So I probably have another cup of berries. And I am going to add it to this recipe. Because this recipe doesn't use pectin, I can alter it a little bit and still be okay. So I'm going to move this into this for right now. That's my full 8 cups or 2 quarts. Look at how gorgeous that is. And I'm going to finish crushing the berries that I have and see what I end up with. Because there's not a lot in here. There's really not a lot of juice, so I'm probably going to add this to the recipe. Because that's not a lot of juice to do something else with. Just seen a stem I missed. Grab that. Is that a stem? Oh, maybe not. What did I say? Not exactly sure. It is a little stem. Push that up out of the way. Get out of the air. We got it. We got it. Oh, excuse my bath rug. My kitchen rug is in the washer getting washed. There we go. We are all crushed. That left me, or that gave me an extra, can't see, an extra 2 cups. Now I am going to add my juice and see what we get. Oh, actually, let me do this. 2 cups. So that is 10 cups of crushed strawberries. Look at that juice. Woo! Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Grab what you'll use long after tax season ends. That's right.
Okay, juice is another 2 cups. So I have 4 cups over the recipe. So all I have to do is add more sugar to my recipe. I'm so excited. I gotta go get my big pan. And then we're gonna start cooking. I'll be back. Ready? So I use the biggest pot that I have because the strawberries will rise as it's cooking. So here is all my crushed berries. Oh my goodness. Amazing. Oh, there's that stem. I caught it. All right, so that is that's 10 cups of crushed strawberries. And then I have 2 cups of juice, which I'm adding. Two cups of juice is just, in my opinion, not enough to make another recipe of something. So we're just gonna make it 12 cups of fruit. And we are going to turn this on to medium. And we're gonna let that slowly warm up. And in the meantime, I'm gonna get my sugar ready. I do need my sink clean so I can fill up my canners. So now I need my sugar. And the normal ratio is, hold on, let me get the book. So I am using this book for strawberry jam with no pectin. They have recipes for no pectin, using pectin, and using low sugar, no sugar added pectin. So I am doing the no pectin because I like the idea of not having anything in my strawberry jam, right? So this recipe calls for 2 quarts of strawberries, which is 8 cups and 6 cups of sugar. So I am using 12 cups of strawberries. So I'm gonna use 9.5 to 10. So I'm thinking 9.5 because the strawberries are very sweet. I don't want it to have too much sugar. I guess it really would depend on the sweetness of your strawberries, how you decide how much sugar you want to give them. Normally 12 cups would be 10 cups of sugar. So I might do 9.5 just so they're not so sweet. So now all I have to do is add my sugar to the pan. Let's get that counted up. And somehow I got a couple bags of sugar going here. I don't know how I did that. So we're going to use these up first before I get out my big jar. And I have learned to do my sugar over a bowl. And you know why? Because I'll either spill it or a big chunk will come out. So it's easiest for me to do this so I don't mess it up. Don't let me mess up the count now. Here's 1. And this is, I'm using just white granulated sugar. 2. This will be 3. 3. Oh, let me get that.
Exposure to natural light, or maybe you just need a little more from your mattress. An adjustable base offers.
4. 5. 6. 7. 8. You know what? I'm going to do 9. Let's do 9 and we'll go from there. We'll do a taste test and see if we need any more. That sounds like a good plan. All right, now I'm just going to stir this all in. I would tend to go with 10 if these were not fresh farm berries that have very wonderful, I mean, they have really beautiful flavor. So if I was using just like a store-bought strawberry, I would tend to add a little bit more sugar because it's probably not going to be as sweet of a strawberry, right? I know it seems like a lot of sugar, but you need sugar to make jam. Oh. This is beautiful. Can you see? Let me get you closer. I don't have you hooked up to anything, so I can get you nice and close. Look at that. I'm a little bit afraid that this might spill over. Better not, because it doesn't give me a lot of room for when it starts to do this rapid boil. So this is on a medium heat, and we're just gonna let this heat up to a boil. And we're going to let the sugar dissolve. And it really is gonna vary. Now these strawberries were also in the fridge, so they were ice cold. I am going to take a taste test and see how sweet they are. This is going to be so good. Oh, this is going to be the best ever strawberry jam there is. I'm telling you. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. The flavors just... I'm so glad I did 9 cups of sugar. I do not need 10 cups of sugar on this. Oh, let me see. This will be my taste tester. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Oh. I'm telling you, that is truly amazing. You have to make your own jam. It is so good, so good. And wait till you see how simple this process is. You can do it. You can totally do it. You just have to get up enough nerve to say, I can do it. Yes, I can. Yes, you can do it. So we're gonna let this cook some, and then we'll be back when it gets up to a boil. In the meantime, I've got to fill up my water bath canners. So what I have is 2 huge pots. They're how tall is this? It's taller than 12 inches. Definitely. I don't know how tall it is. Let me go get my my tape measure. So I have no idea how many quarts. Is it inside? Sometimes they put it inside the pot, huh? I don't see anything. Oh, it's only 12 inches or 10 inches high. I'm a little surprised. Top is 11.5 inches wide, round circumference. So this is just a regular pot. You don't have to buy a water bath canner when you want to try water bath canning for the first time. And then you can get these little metal things at the dollar store. And I cut it to the shape of the bottom because you have to have something between your jars and the pan. They cannot touch the bottom of the pan. So look at that. See? It's perfect. So now I'm going to fill this up. I'm going to get my jars. And I am going to use 1/2 pint jars. These are all clean. So I am going to fill this pot up to 1 inch over the jars. And I'll look at this. The sugar is starting to melt. It starts to get a really shiny color. Can you tell? Oh, this is just amazing. Now, again, see how chunky mine is? I like mine chunky. I don't know, would you call it chunky? I don't think you'd call it chunky. Just, my fruit is not completely crushed. So I like pieces of fruit in my jam. And this is where you make it your own. You can completely crush it. You can use your immersion blender. You can make your strawberry jam the way you like your strawberry jam because it's homemade and you're making it, right? All right, we are still on medium. We're going to keep it at medium till we get that sugar all dissolved and it gets, I'll bring you back when I'll show you what I mean. I just turned on my water bath canner. My jars are in there, filled up to 1 inch over my jars. And I'm going to let those jars heat up because you're gonna have very hot jam. You have to have hot jars. Because if you take your hot jam and you put it in a room temperature jar, you risk breaking it. And you want the two of them to basically be, you have a hot product, you want a hot jar. If you're doing a cold pack, which you can do with certain things, then you can do a cold jar. But in this process, we need hot jars. All right, you are going to need a thermometer because the gelling point of jam is 220 degrees. So as this is cooking, we have to wait till it reaches 220 before we turn it off and fill our jars. I have a digital one. You can use anything that's gonna give you a temperature reading. You can use a, like a candy one, whatever you have. There's a little trick if you don't have a thermometer. I'll tell you about that too when we get to that point in the jelly. I'll show you these roses. Look at how beautiful they are. From somebody's yard. Like, how lucky is she to have these roses in her yard? I can imagine what her yard looks like, right? Oh my goodness, they're gorgeous. So we have some steam coming out, and before I stirred it, we were bubbling. So we're getting to a bubble, to a boiling point. And you see this foam on the top? This foam is normal. This foam is from this process. You can eliminate foam on your jelly if you add butter. If you add like a tablespoon of straight butter to it, it helps with the foam. But I don't do that. I don't really want to add butter to my jellies. So when it's all done, you can skim it off. See how easy that comes up? But it is just the strawberries. I mean, you really don't have to. It's just appearance-wise, you know what I mean? Nobody's used to seeing foam in their jelly. But this is what happens. All right, we are starting to boil. Let's take a peek at the temperature and see what we have. Wow. $216. We are close. All right, I'm gonna give it a nice stir. This is looking beautiful. So we don't have that much longer before we can start canning it up. So that secret I was telling you about, can you see that liquid? When you move the berries away, the liquid has a certain look to it. All your sugar's dissolved. It's a nice, deep, rich color. That's telling you that it is getting close to 220. And all your foam. When your foam starts going to your sides, you're getting real close to 220. All right, we're getting close. We're at 216. So I am going to turn it up to medium high. And I'm going to keep stirring till we get to 220. So 220 is the gelling point of jam. When you're not using pectin, you have to get your fruit to 220. And when you're using pectin, you're just going to let it come to a rolling boil, time it for 1 minute, then you're done, because the pectin is what sets it, not the temperature. So think about it, way back when, before thermometers came out, this is how they did jam. And they didn't know when it got to 220, you just get to know what it looks like when it about reaches that temperature. And you see that hard boil? If you cannot turn down that hard boil, then you're getting very close to your gelling point. But that kind of calmed down a little bit, so that means we are not ready. We are not at 220. Let's check it. $216, $216.5. We're getting there. But see, it's not there yet. While this is cooking, I'm going to move you closer. I'm going to start to remove, sorry for all the jiggle, I'm going to start to remove some of the foam. See how that all gets up on the side? And you just skim it. That's all you do. You don't have to remove it because it's the jelly, it's the jam. See how thick that is? And this is just natural in the process. Whoops. Oh shoot, I just took out a strawberry. Don't do that. It's too late. It's on the stove now. Make sure you don't skim too deep. I think Maddie just went to the door. I'm gonna have to go let her out. All right, let's see how we're doing. $216.8. We're getting there. So I'm using 1/2 pint jelly jars that are already over here. Okay, there we got some more foam going. We're going to push that up to the sides. Let that keep going. Do you see how this is boiling now? Now when I stir it, it does not slow down. The boil does not go away. And that's what you want. And do you see, can you tell? It's kind of hard to tell, I know, I'm sorry. But the liquid has this look to it. You see that look? That deep liquid? that's when you know you are getting close without using a thermometer. And that's how way back when, before they had thermometers, they knew what to look for. And I just checked it. We are at 217, so we are getting close. Isn't this such an easy process? Who's gonna make jelly? Let me know in the comments. And what kind are you gonna make? I hope you try it. And believe me, once you make your own jelly, you will never buy store-bought again. Because it's so much better for you. And you made it, your family's gonna love it. You're not gonna be able to keep jam on the shelf. It's a wonderful feeling. All right, we're gonna give that some more time. Let's take some more foam off. So I am not sure how many jars this is gonna make. So I have, how many in my pot? I have half pints. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 half pints in my 1 canner. And then I grabbed 3 full pints and have them on standby in my next canner if I have to throw that on the stove and heat that up, if I have any left over. And then I have, then I have little quarter pints that if I need to fill those, I can use those. Well, I'm gonna turn that up just a smidgen, and that's what I did, just a smidgen. I don't want it on high, I don't wanna burn my jam. Let this get up to temperature, and we're almost ready to can it up. 18.8. Now, it's start getting up that high. Watch out, because your jam's gonna start spitting at you, and it hurts. It's 220 degrees almost. So be careful. A few more minutes and we'll be ready. Right. We are there. We just hit actually we went a little bit over 221. Woo, hot, hot, hot. So that's okay if we went a little bit over. You don't want to be under. So now I'm just going to turn it off, and I'm going to move my cloth here. You're going to take it off the burner. Oh, I only have 1 pot holder there. Oh, hold on. All right, turn it off and remove it from the heat. There we go. Okay, just let it settle. We're gonna let it settle for a few minutes. And then I'm going to skim off a little bit more off the top. And then we're gonna start canning it up. It's basically impossible to get all the foam. You do your best, you know. All right, let's get ready to can it up. There you go. We have made our own homemade strawberry jam. Now, those of you that are not going to can it, you can fill it into your jars and put it right in the fridge. All you have to do. So look at this. I'm going to bring you closer. Look at how that looks now. That looks like jam, right? See that color? That's what we want. If you don't have a thermometer, that's what it looks like. Okay, so now we're gonna can it up. So we need, do I need to skim any more off? I think I pretty much got it. All right, you take your jar. Am I running? All right, ready? Pull your jars out. Turn it to the side. Pour your water out. See how nice and hot it is? And all you're gonna do is your funnel. Move this up, handle out of the way. And you want to fill your jar to 1/4 inch headspace. Look at how beautiful that is. Oh my goodness gracious. I love making jelly. Where's my, hold on, I need a bowl. Oh, that is perfect. Can you see that? It's hot. Hold on. See that? That's about where you want it. That looks like some amazing jam, right? So now you're going to take a wet rag and wipe your rim. You have to make sure you have no jelly on your rim, or your lid's not gonna hold. A lot of people use vinegar. I use just water. Let me get some lids and some rings. These are all ready to go. So you put your lid on and your ring goes on finger tight, just till it's snug. You don't want to sit there and turn. Because if you do, you risk your jar breaking, okay? Goes in our canner. Look at that jam. Is that not beautiful? Look at that jam. Going in. Now, for jam that does not use pectin, you have to water bath can it for 15 minutes. Normal jam takes only 10 minutes in the water bath canner, so you can put it on your shelf. But when you're not using pectin, you have to do 15 minutes. And that's whether it's a half pint or a full pint, it is 15 minutes. And if you are water bath canning and for some reason your jar lid doesn't pop, you can of course reprocess it, but you have to put a new lid on it. Or you can just put it in your fridge. And you just cannot put it on your shelf. Ooh, that had some jelly on it. Let's do that again. I think I'm gonna get another rag. Make sure that that's clean. There's still some on it. Now, jam will last on your shelf for a long time. I know the general rule of thumb with canning products is 18 months, but As long as your seal is still good, you're good. And jelly will last in your fridge for a long time. I really don't know how long, like a good rule of thumb, but you know, the thing is with the half-pint jar, it doesn't last in the fridge long. I mean, it does not have preservatives in it, which, you know, that makes a difference on how long things last. But it also has the sugar. Basically, the sugar is your preservative. Oh, this is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It's hot. Finger tight. And it goes. All right, I am definitely going to have more than enough for all my pints. So I'm going to get this second one on here, turn that on high, get those jars hot, because I am going to have enough to do some pints, which I'm thrilled about. Oops, almost went the wrong one. So now I'm going to turn this one up too high so that can start to get going. And we do not start the timer on the processing time until the pan reaches a full hard boil. And that's just a hard boil. As hard as you can imagine, it's boiling. And that hard boil is probably at 220. What's a hard boil temperature? I don't really know. I should Google that so I know that. Oops. Going in. Now you have to have your jars, an inch of water over the tops of your jars. So let me bring you over. Here's all my jars that are in, and there is at least an inch, which there's more than an inch, but over the jars. Now we're gonna let that come up to a really hard boil, and then we'll start our timer for 15 minutes. And this one just started, so we have to wait till these jars heat up before we can fill them up. Taste test. Oh, it's already thickening up. Look at, whoa, whoa. Don't fall on the floor. See it thickening up already? That is the best thing ever. The best thing ever. Okay, our big jars are nice and warm. So let's get a big jar done. Let's see how much we have. This is a pint. Oh, this recipe made a lot of jelly. I'm thrilled. Oh, and you know what too? I should tell you, you can reuse bands. You cannot reuse lids. Those are one-time use. But your bands, you can use them over and over. Just inspect them for any damage and throw out any that look damaged. It's starting to cool off. Look at that jelly. Oh my goodness. Nice. In it goes. Now, what do I want? I do want a little one for tasting. So I'm going to do this little tiny one. I think these are called quarter pints. So cutesy. They're good for tasting. Okay, that is at a hard boil. So we are setting our timer for 15 minutes. I'm at 12:44. So at 1 o'clock, that pot will be done. I'm gonna do another full pint and see how we do. This is amazing. I am so happy. We still have a good little amount left. This strawberry flat made a lot of jam. All right, I am definitely not going to fit any more pints. So I'm gonna take those out and set those off to the side. And I am going to start to turn this up. Oh, I'm still up. I'm already turned up. Take that second little one out, and then I'm going to take these 2 half pints out. We'll see if we can get them both filled.
Precision accurate steering. It holds its line. Automotive grade chassis. Rugged suspension. Built for demanding lawns.
Move that over.
No hesitation.
All right, let's see what we end up with.
No compromise. Under dense.
All right, it's gonna end up with another half pint. And then this little bit that's left, I'm gonna put in the small jar. And you have to do the proper headspace in your jars. So, like if I only had enough to fill one of these jars halfway, I could not process it. I need to just put that in the fridge and eat it. Which is totally fine, right? PB&J's, toast and jelly. Oh, you know what I've been loving doing is I'm not gonna need this half pint, that can go. I'm gonna do this little one. I am loving doing some, what are those things called? Chia seeds in some yogurt, and then adding my berries to it, my jam to it. Oh my goodness, it's so good. It's so good. There is our pot. It is completely empty. Let's see, did this fill up to the right space? It did not. So, see how low that is? That is below the 1 inch, so I cannot process this. So this one's going in the fridge. We're gonna get a little top. It's not too hot, I can put it right in the fridge. Some for us. Now I get to clean up my mess, which really is not bad. It's not bad at all. It is totally worth it, isn't it? Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you make your own jam, and if you do, tag me or send me a picture. I want to see it. My 15 minutes is up on my first pot, so you turn it off. You just let it sit for a minute, let it settle. And then we're gonna pull them out. I have a couple of placemats on my kitchen table, and you just put them on your placemats, you let them sit and cool, and you don't touch them till the next day. Take them out of the pot. Be very careful. Okay, it's gonna go on the table and it's gonna sit for 24 hours, and we're gonna see if the lid seals. You'll hear a pop. Maybe you'll hear some pops as I'm taking them out. Oh, did you hear that pop? Another pop, another pop. So those pops mean successful canning, which is what we want to hear. this one is done. Move that out of the way. This one is just about getting to the hard boil stage. It means a successful canning job. So that means that we can put them on our shelf.